You see, Jesus understood that being self-possessed, as all humans are, represented by the clenched fist, he understood that this self-possession, this tightness, this contraction, this sin, this individualism, this me, cannot live a life of love. Just cannot. The ego, which is the self-contraction, often thinks otherwise. So Jesus said, you've got to love God first. He could see the difficulties of mankind. Jesus could see the ridiculousness of how we behaved. He could see that the law was an ass. He could see the unrighteousness of people. He could see how much life was difficult for everybody. And he had one remedy. He had one remedy for this dis-ease. That was to love God first. He understood this because he too realized God to be the only way out. He understood that for him to love me, for him to love you, for him to love, he had to become God first, by loving God first. There's no way I can love you. There's no way I can live a life of love without first repenting, surrendering this nonsense, this self-possessed nonsense. And the only way out is to love the spiritual master first. Jesus was a spiritual master. Jesus was a guru. He came to dispel the darkness. Are you loving God right now? Have you realized God right now? Are you feeling God living you right now? Are your hands now, have they become the hands of God? Your speech, are your words the words of God? Do you understand what God is? God is this spirit, this love bliss. The state of God is this love bliss state, which is joy, ecstasy, a relief of all self-possession. The tightness that we do to the body-mind is released by this simple act of turning away, repenting, redirecting your attention, your feeling attention from off yourself to your spiritual master. In my case, Adidas Samraj. Everybody needs this distraction. Jesus must become your distraction if you are a Christian. Buddha must become your distraction if you are a Buddhist. Krishna must become your distraction if you're a Hindu, and so on. Love your spiritual master first, and then you will be capable of loving me. You will love me without any problem. You will simply abide and love. You may say, I can't love you, I don't like you. I can't love you, you irritate me. There's no way I can love you. I get frustrated in your company. There's no way I can love you. You're domineering. You know, all these thoughts we have, all these excuses we have. You're quite right. You are incapable of loving. I'm incapable of loving unless we love God first. If the door is closed, there's no way you're going to be able to get outside. No way. Have to open the door first. To get out of here to this place, we have to have this opened. And it's the grace of God that does it. The grace of the Holy Spirit. To love God first is what Jesus taught. Sin is this separative act that we do, this self-contraction, which removes us away. And we feel incapable of loving one another. It's so easy to love one another when we become love. And you're not loving one another in the sense that you only love one another and nothing else. You become intimate. In this disposition, you are already intimate with all and everything and everyone. There is an inherent naturalness to embracement. To love God first is Jesus' instruction. By loving Jesus first. The spiritual master is the doorway. The spiritual master is the bridge to God. The spiritual master, living as an open hand in that disposition, is therefore able to draw you out from your self-possession. It's this attraction beyond self-possession. Jesus was asking us to become God-possessed. Are you attracted to God? Are you attracted to your spiritual master? Are you attracted beyond your self-possession? I've been truly blessed. I've been graced with this understanding and this actuality. To live as love becomes, the body-mind becomes vulnerable. Maybe you don't want that. The ego gets in the way. You tell yourself, no, that's not for me. You convince yourself, no, that's not for me. But then in the next breath, you want to live a life of love. You're fed up with being unhappy. You're fed up with being unloved. You're disillusioned with the world. You're fed up with the destiny that you've created. You're fed up with being self-possessed. You're fed up with the unhappiness and the sufferings. But then in the next moment, no way do I want to surrender. You hold onto yourself as such a tight grip upon yourself. Love God first, and then you will inevitably love your present circumstance and all the people that are in it. You'll be happy with them. You'll be serving them. You'll be teaching them. Full of love, full of happiness, full of joy, full of energy. The body mind is crying out to be lived by God. Thank you for listening.